Hi, I would like to give you the explanation of synopsis for the movie that we choose, which is The Intern. Starting a new job can be a difficult challenge, especially if you are already retired. Looking to get back into the game, 70-year-old widower Ben Whittaker, played by Robert De Niro, seizes the opportunity to pick up a senior intern at an online fashion site. Ben soon becomes popular with his younger co-workers, including Jules Austin, played by Anne Hathaway, the boss and founder of the company. Whittaker's charm, wisdom, and sense of humor help him develop a special bond and growing friendship with Jules Austin. There are two main characters played in the Intern. The first one is Robert De Niro and the second one is Anne Hathaway. There are three issues related that were found in the movie. The first one is poor emotional stability. The second one is lack of conscientiousness. And the last one is collectivism and individualism.
Hi, my name is Jasmine binti Jafarullah, matrix number D2021095848, and I will be explaining the first issue. The first issue related to personality is based on the poor emotional stability of the organization founder Jules. In this movie, it can be seen that Jules is very stressed, pressured, and emotionally not stable. This is because due to the high pressure from the investor side and her family problem, Jules insisted on replacing a CEO position with another. In addition, the main conflict arises from this part when Jules got to know the affairs of her husband and she was upset regarding the disloyalty of her husband. She believes that her husband cheated her due to the lack of attention and love, that she was unable to spend appropriate time with the family due to her workload. According to the Big 5 model of personality dimension, we can relate Jules' behavior to emotional instability. The decision by Jules to resign her CEO position was due to family issues, which is an external factor. This clearly depicts that Jules made decisions in the best interest of herself and not for the company's growth or company future development. In my point of view, that Jules' emotional instability leads her to make poor decisions. Why? As a leader of the company, she failed to balance her work life and her personal life well. Thus, Jules failed to be a good leader. So we can conclude that the reason Jules made this decision is because of the emotional instability.
Hi, my name is Alia Arnida binti Arman. My matrix number is D20211098-032. Next, I will talk about issue number 2, which is the Big 5 personality theories conscientiousness. The Big 5 personality lists conscientiousness as one of the 5 personality qualities. A high level of conscientiousness is frequently accompanied by a high level of self-discipline. From the movie, on the first day of the senior intern program, Ben was assigned to work with Jules, the CEO. At first, Jules looks like she doesn't like Ben and gives suggestions to him to transfer to another team. Ben always checks his email and waits for Jules to give him any work instructions. He works hard and goes out of his way to show him admiration for her. This shows the achievement striving traits in Ben's personality because he wants to show Jules that he can help her more than she thinks he can. Next is from another scene. One day, Ben noticed that Jules' driver had been drinking, so he persuades driver to go home early and will drive for Jules instead. From this scene, we can see that Ben is someone who has cautiousness in his personality traits. He is very cautious about his boss' safety. Since that, the relationship bond between Jules and Ben getting closer. Jules started to like Ben and more comfortable working with him. She even shares his relationship problems with him. In conclusion, this can be the evidence to prove that having conscientiousness in our personality traits can affect our work life and giving higher performance.
Hello, I am Sharmila. Now I am going to talk about the third issue, which is Hofstede's individualism versus collectivism value dimensions. Gerd Hofstede's models was developed using data from IBM employees in more than 50 countries. He identified 5 characteristics or problem areas that illustrate cultural disparities between countries' power distance, uncertainty avoidance, individualism or collectivism, masculinity or femininity, and long-term orientation are the factors to consider. Individualism as opposed to collectivism is people's preference for belonging to a loosely linked community where self and autonomy are valued. Ben is calm and composed throughout the film, and he skillfully underplays the matured wise old man character who was bored and one day noticed an advertisement for an internship at one company. He applied for the position and was hired after a few interviews as seen in this video. Collectivist systems, on the other hand, prioritize interdependent social units such as the family over the self. Employees in individualist societies need the freedom to work autonomously, as well as demanding work, which is more important than personal relationships that will help them achieve self-actualization. When it came to Jules' husband Matt having affairs with other women, she was upset and accused herself because she did believe her husband was having affairs with other women because she spent less time at home with him. So she decided that leaving the CEO role and staying at home with her husband and child was the best decision she could make to protect her personal life, which was more essential than her organization. Unquestioned management structures are responsible for the organization or teams of employees and the collective cohesion in collectivist societies.
There are a few solutions and recommendations that we can suggest for the issue that we have found in the movie. The first one is to prevent poor emotional stability, we need to be calm, have a self-confidence, and be secure. Next, to have a high conscientiousness, we need to assess our conscientiousness. People cannot improve without knowing and identifying what they are lagged into and need to be focused on. And lastly, to have a collectivism versus individualism, we need to have independence and interdependence based on the situation. Collectivism can be improved by learning on how to be interdependent to have in-group success, while individualism can be improved by learning on how to be independent to help in individual achievement. In conclusion, to have emotional stability, we need to have a peace and calm mind, especially when we are making decisions for the company. Next, high conscientiousness are needed to focus on to give higher performance and enhance leadership. Collectivism can be improved by learning interdependence, while individualism can be improved by independence. The issue and solutions can become the examples to help in boost our company profit and also will strengthen bonding between employer and employees. Thank you for watching. Bye.